Hello, everybody. This is Detroit Alley Cat. I thought it would be fun to go live tonight. I wanted to talk about something called the Max Headroom Incident. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it. I have no one in the chat right now, so it's just me and my dogs. But I do want to start talking about it because I feel like people come back and then they rewatch it. So let's talk about Max Headroom. Max Headroom was pretty much the first fictional, not fictional. He was like the first AI that was like on TV. He was a British AI. People talked to him, and it was kind of like, you know what it really reminds me of? It reminds me of cyberpunk kind of. He was very 1980s looking, and he would go on there and he would talk to you, and it was kind of a thing, and it was groundbreaking. It was the first AI ever to appear, and yeah, that was you know what, I just realized that you probably could not hear me. Sorry about that. Let's just start over because there's no one in the room as of right now. So today I wanted to go live. This is Detroit Alley Cat. We're going to talk about something that I think is really cool. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this. It's called the Max Headroom Incident. It actually happened in November 22nd, 1987. And I feel like a lot of people don't remember the Max Headroom incident because it was so long ago, and I think it's really, like, something that people should remember because I think everyone thinks that AI is, like, brand new. It gives me, like, cyberpunk vibes, and that's why I like it. Um, Max Headroom was this character. He was created in Britain, and he was created in the 1980s. He was the first computer generated TV personality. He was characterized by a stuttering, his pitch shifted voice, and satire. So he would go on there and just kind of like be a smartass. And then he would go on interviews, and it was, like, all the rage because, you know, AI was brand new. But what was interesting is that, it was November 22nd, 1987. I think that the station was WTTW. I don't know what that is. It's been a long time since we've had regular TV, so if you know what that is. I think we had somebody hop on here and then they left. It's still just me. So I'm just gonna act like this is a regular old video. But um for 20, it says 90 seconds that Max Headroom actually went on there, interrupted the airways, which means he hijacked the airways, and he just started like, I don't think he even said anything coherently. He just kind of like started rambling on and making weird noises. He had sunglasses, and the people at the TV station could not stop it. And at the very end of the broadcast, I guess he took a fly swatter and started spanking himself. And then after 90 seconds, it went back to regular broadcasting. And to this day, they have never actually found out who did that. And that's kind of crazy because you would think that they would be able to. I mean, 1987 is a different time than it is right now, but I just um I just think that's crazy. I don't know if a lot of you guys remember back in the day when they actually had hackers. I don't know if there's even hackers like that when you hear about hackers, you hear about like people from different countries hacking into your bank account and stealing money. And you don't really hear about hackers actually hacking into a TV station or a radio station and hijacking the radio station. So I see that there is one person watching. Hello. I'm glad you're watching. We're talking about the Max Headroom incident. So basically, yeah, this AI character that wasn't even a human hijacked this TV station and went on for like 90 seconds. And actually, the video of it is really creepy. It's typical 1980s. It gives me like almost like Miami Vice kind of vibes. He's got like his hair slicked back. He almost looks like a cartoon character, and he's got sunglasses, and, yeah, they never found out who it was. So, I'm gonna give you some of the theories that they had. Let's look at the theories. So, one of the theories was it was an inside job, disgruntled employee, which that could be true. The other theory was that hackers did it, which is probably true too. Um, the third theory was that it was a performance art prank that was really big back in the 80s that people actually would like do things in the name of art. I don't know. I guess people still do stuff like that to this day. I just haven't heard of anything like this. I think this is kind of spooky, to be honest with you. Um, it was just something that never got solved. Alright, let's look at the other theories. The other theories was it was a protest and a message. The nonsensical nature of the rant mixed with references to TV figures like Chuck Swirsky suggested it might have been a coded message intended for a specific audience. I guess he was talking about Chuck Swirsky. And then there was another theory. It was called the Eric Fournier's theory. Some online communities have long speculated that the artist Eric Fournier was responsible, though this is not widely accepted as a fact. So, this is what I personally think about the Max Headroom incident. I think that there were people that worked for the company and that they had some inside information that they could hack into, and I also think that it was like 1980, so it was very easy to do things. Now we have entire like federal agencies that are dedicated to finding hackers, cybersecurity. But you know what's crazy is that the internet is still one of those kind of wild, wild west areas. Like the deep web is literally just the internet not regulated or not under a search engine. I at least I think so. That's the way it's been explained to me. Like when you go onto the internet and you're like on Yahoo and you're on Google, you're not really like on the internet so much as you are on a search engine, Yahoo or Google. But when you go on like the dark web, you are not regulated. You can go anywhere. And it kind of just is like crazy to me that that is a thing because I don't know, like, they can't stop you, and there's all these websites and all these things out there that are really crazy, and, yeah, it's on the dark web, which is just the internet, but that's what I think. I think a hacker hacked into the TV station, probably somebody pretty young, and was able to get in there and the technology, and it was a very controversial thing, and still to this day, nobody knows who did it, and I thought, "You know what? It's a Saturday night, I should just go ahead and go live." I really wish I could see somebody say something, but, yeah, if you've ever heard of this, please tell me what you think. I'm gonna give it some more time to see if anybody hops on here and, says anything. Has anybody ever heard of the Max Headroom? I wish I could, like, put pictures on here. I bet I could. Oh, my dog just moved the table. Um, I wish I could show you, like, pictures. I don't know how to do that, though. So but it is a very creepy thing, and, um, I just thought it was a weird I don't know if you would call it paranormal so much as it's just like I don't even know if you can call it a conspiracy theory because it's not a theory. Someone actually broke in and did it. But what I think is cool is that I believe Cyberpunk just came out recently in the last 10 years. I don't know. I'm not a video game player. I'm a video game watcher. So I don't know when games come out. One of my favorite video games is Silent Hill, but the whole Max Headroom incident really reminds me of Cyberpunk because it just seems like I mean, somebody is probably watching on here and is gonna say, "No, you have absolutely no idea what you're talking about." But it just seems to me like Cyberpunk is all about, like, hacking in and doing all these things, and I do think it's kinda cool when somebody can actually hack into, like, a radio station or a TV station and put a message out, but I also think it's really scary. I know that there's been other incidents of I don't even know if I'm allowed to say this word, terrorist organizations that have hacked into TV and radio stations, um, and have, like, scared the masses. I think that there was one incident, and I wish I would have looked this up before I did it. I think it was on, like I wanna say it was Christmas, I'm not sure, but it was this guy, he went on the radio, and he started talking about how the aliens were landing, and he was so into it, and he was so serious, and he never let anybody know, like, that this was not real, that there was, like, mass hysteria, like, people really thought that aliens were landing, which is crazy. I bet you I could look it up. I'm not supposed to do that right now, am I? So, yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about tonight was Max Headroom. I thought it was really cool. Um, and I feel like I'm a little bit older than some of my viewers and they haven't heard of the Max Headroom incident. Um, but do you want to know something before I let you go that's kind of crazy as well? I live here in Michigan and I'm about to recently take a trip. And one of my favorite airlines is Delta. And I don't want to do like a whole segment on this, but I do want to talk about it because it's crazy. I think it was last night, some guy got in his car and drove through the building, the where you check into Delta, like that part, you go into the airport and check in. The guy drove through the building and up to the check-in desk. I know I'm laughing and it's not funny, and nobody got hurt. Nobody got hurt, but there's, like, live video of this guy being arrested. I guess he was on drugs. You would have to be on drugs. And it's the craziest thing ever because the guy is, like, so confused as to why they're arresting him. Like, he's actually screaming, like, help me." Like, dude, you just drove into the airport. Like, you could see people, like, jumping out of the way, and, yeah, that's crazy. So, I don't wanna dedicate a whole episode to that, but I just thought that that would be something interesting to mention. You guys are being very quiet. I haven't seen anybody say anything. And um yeah, can you hear me? Anybody ever hear Oh, wait. 7 mile purple gangrene. Okay. Well, I mean that that is something. I'm not really sure what to say about that. But at least I got someone who said something. Are you from Michigan? Has anybody ever heard of the Max Headroom incident? Did anybody hear about the airport incident? For show? Well, that's great. Thank you for joining my live stream here on Saturday night. I know that Michigan is kinda crazy right now. I don't know what the temperature is, but something else that's been going on in our state, this is I'll tell you about this and then I'll hop off. Um, so I've never heard about this. So Michigan's a northern state, So you don't think that, like, this would be brand new. If you can hear a loud noise in the background, that is my Rottweiler snoring. It, like, makes the whole house rumble. So that's what that is. So anyway, it's been some kinda crazy Arctic cold front that's come into, Michigan, and I heard the other day, they were like, "It's so cold that trees are imploding." Okay, so I thought that was a lie. Like, how can you live in Michigan and never hear about trees, like, exploding because of the cold? But I live in this area where there's, like, a little tiny, like, I wouldn't say it's woods so much as it's, like, a little wooded area behind my house, and I kid you not, a tree I've heard trees exploding back there. So we're going through a really crazy Arctic weather madness, and, yeah. So are you experiencing the Arctic weather madness, Janika 1695? Well, guys, I think it's gonna be a quiet night here at Detroit Alley Cat. Yes, you are going through it. See, this is nice. I have at least one person talking to me. Um, I hope you guys have a beautiful night. I'm gonna let you go. I just wanted to come on here live. I'm probably gonna put a video on here tomorrow, something true crime. I am headed to a couple destinations next week. So I'm gonna be doing some travel vlogs. I always come on in here in the morning to, like, do little shorts of me and my dogs in the Arctic weather here at Michigan. I really appreciated you guys. It is hella cold. You are right. I really appreciate you guys watching my live. I'm gonna probably go live every Saturday night. I don't know what time. I'm not good at, like, scheduling things, but stay safe and stay spooky and stay warm, and you guys have a wonderful night, and, check out those pictures of Max Headroom because that's creepy, or as Janika 1695 would say, "Hella creepy." Okay. Anyway, thank you so much and have a great night. Bye. Okay, now I have to figure out how to get out of here. Oh, no. It's just gonna be us until I figure out how to exit. Yes. Okay. We're gonna exit now. Yep. I think you gotta go up. Here we go. We're gonna exit. No, we're not. This is bad. Oh, there it is. Bye, guys. I found it. Sorry about that.